Very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to uLaw's webinar, Friday webinar. We do have an interesting topic today, even though it's not a CPD. We are going to discuss about a few new features that have been, introduced in the past quarter and maybe the previous quarter too. And we have been trying to promote these nice features that could make your life better, your practice seem a lot easier. And we're also going to see how you could make the best use out of these tools that are available in the program, and rather features available in the program to make things seem slightly better and easy for you. And as always, we do have an agenda. Before I go through the agenda, I would like to say that the focus for today's topic is going to be basically on AI tools, but we are going to see a few other things around it. We're going to see how Bank Connect works, how it could help you to save time to add in information into the program from directly importing the bank statements. It's called connecting the bank. We're also going to see a little bit on email insights and daily digest, how these little emails that we send to you with information helps you, and how you could subscribe to it, how you could make the best use out of the insights that we provide. And lastly, one of the most asked for features, I would say, it was invoice deletion. There were many of them saying that, hey, we are not able to delete an invoice, a docket. What do we do when we want to undo things? We made a mistake, and then we realized after we raised an invoice. So for people like them, and of course for all of us, in fact, if we'd like to undo certain things, we would be really happy to do it, especially when it comes to some, things like invoicing in a rush, and then realizing we could have included a couple more dockets, and or could have included a discount or extra, right? So we have some scenarios where, reversal can be done or discount can be issued, but still that could lead to a point where we, it's an additional step. Sometimes it confuses people, including you, your clients. So we came up with this feature called invoice deletion, basically, which will allow you to delete invoice, including both dockets and disbursements. We're going to see how that works as well. And primarily, I'm going to walk you all through the presentation, but I intend to also showcase uLaw using these features. So I would keep, around 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes for the presentation, not to elaborate, and then so that we have some time left out, majority of the time left out to do the practical using uLaw. All right. So like I already said, Bank Connect, how you can easily add transactions using connecting the bank. What are the things to remember to connect your bank? We're going to see that. How efficiently you can add transactions. And as part of agenda, we also have AI tools which are being used, which are being put to use, and proudly saying that we from uLaw have been one of the first ones to introduce AI tools within legal practice management system, and how it could make you feel better, and how it's going to bring in the change in your firm. We're going to see all of those. There are small things that could be tweaked in order to save time, in order to make it look more professional. Could be docketing, could be creating documents. There are several places where you could put AI to use and speech to text, of course, is one of them. And the next one is, of course, email insights and the daily digest that talks about how your firm's health, where you're currently placed, what is it. Maybe one day you would get something about your accounts receivable. One day you could get something about your outstanding deposits. There's so many of them which are bifurcated, which are brought to your attention, which we feel especially that should be brought to your attention. And that is what is called email insights. And daily digest gives you information like, what is your upcoming events for the day, and how does your calendar look like? So things like that. So we're gonna also see how you could set up this and how you could subscribe to this. And the next one is invoice delete feature, which is, as I already mentioned, something that everyone asked for, and we have it here for you all. I know some of you are not aware of the delete invoice. But I would like to tell you all something, that every time uLaw introduces a new feature, we try to blog it, we try to put it on the YouTube channel with a video, we update it on our social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. There's so many places where we try to connect with you, because sometimes the emails, the mass emails that we send, the campaign emails we send, could land at your junk box. So, if you have subscribed to either our YouTube or, our social media platforms, there's no way you're going to miss out on a feature. So this is number one reason I would request all of you to follow us on, the social media platforms and YouTube channel especially. So every time you log in, or rather at least every time there's a video or there's a new feature announcement or any announcement, you would definitely get like a pop-up message or an alert tone or a notification specifically from uLaw saying that, hey, we have a new feature. So there's so many of you who are not aware of features like, speech to text, invoice delete. In fact, I won't be surprised, a lot of you have not even connected your banks to uLaw. I really don't know what is stopping all of you from doing that. Many of them have connected their banks. We have ourselves helped them to connect the banks, and, they have really benefited from connecting banks. So, but then if you are not obviously aware of the feature, then you wouldn't be using an updated uLaw software. Of course, the updates are done regularly, and you would still have the updated software with you, but the question is whether you're using all of those updated features or not, right? So that is why we try and provide a webinar, a softer webinar or a simpler webinar like this in between the CPDs, so that, it is not just the CPD that we are all eager to attend, but I know that these are some features that could take you to, obviously a different level of practice, and that is why we are doing this webinar today. So as already mentioned, let's start off with Bank Connect. So now, previously in uLaw, we have all been used to adding transactions manually, even for office expenses, right? I mean, trust always is done manually. You have to go into client and the matter and add in the trust or any client payments into the general account. So anything that is related to a client, remember, is always done manually. But when it comes to when it comes to office expenses or drawings or bank transfer, let's say drawings is something you pay yourself. Bank transfer is something that you're paying for your credit card. There's so many examples, right? Office expenses are, let's say you buy stationery, you buy printing copies, photocopies, you pay to Law Society, you pay for a CPD, you pay rent. All of these are office expenses. Now, you don't want to sit and type them in manually saying, okay, this is the date I spent on or expended on. This is the amount I did. This is the description. This is the reference number, check, or whatever, etc., etc. You don't want to literally sit and do all of these. So this is why we have introduced Bank Connect, partnered with Plaid, of course, and there are some things for you to remember when it comes to successfully connecting to your bank. Now, if this is something you're trying on your own, you can always reach out to support. You all have support email address, or you can just simply click on help, email uLaw support, and let us know if you need any help with connecting your bank, and we'll be happy. It's a 15-minute session. One of our support team members will be there to assist you. But in the meantime, here's how you can connect to the bank. When you are connecting to the bank using Accounts tab, Action, Administrator, Connect to the Bank, you will be seeing a screen like this in front of you, like how you see a screenshot on the right-hand side bottom. You have a Trust General credit card. So you will connect them all. Make sure, of course, there's a little icon in the center, which is a bank symbol. That's what you're going to click on one by one. Connect to each of your account respectively, and then make sure they are aligned. Trust account to trust account, general account to general account, business credit card to credit card. So each of these are aligned, and then you submit it. Make sure when you submit it, your two-factor authentication at your bank is first turned off. Now, why is that so? Do you have security if you don't have a two-factor authentication? Yes, most of the times you can have, other than a passcode or something like a password, one-time password or something. You can also set up question and answer, right? So you could use that and turn off the two-factor authentication for the passcode, because every time we try to pull in your data from the bank, it could be around one name, two name. We're not sure either. So we don't know when the bank gets connected and when we technically pull out the transactions. So this is why we request you to turn off your two-factor authentication, so that we cannot bother you for a passcode, right? And it's technically not possible. So when you keep that turned off, we'll be able to connect to the bank, pull in the transactions, and that would help you to connect with the bank, add the transaction saying, take action, this goes to my office expense, take action, this is a drawings I withdrew for my personal expense, or I withdrew it as a salary, or a payment, or a bank transfer. There's so many options that will show up when you click on take action. And these transactions are available only upon, sometimes some banks like, maybe TD, Scotia, they appear immediately after your bank is connected, but some of them might take up to 24 hours, even after connecting it, and it's been 24 hours and you have not yet seen a single transaction, which means, one, there is no transaction. You could be a new entrepreneur. There's no transaction in your bank account yet, or there's some trouble with your bank. This is when you contact support and let us know what is the option available. So, and one other thing you got to remember here when you're connecting to the bank, don't be too ambitious and think you can go behind by 3 months. I will do all my 3 months of data entry together. Nope, it doesn't happen that way. We can go back technically only by about a month. So let's say right now I'm in November, maybe maximum I could go is October mid, right? So sometimes some banks allows us to go up to October 1st, but definitely not beyond that. There's no way I could do September or August transactions. So if you are thinking, now that I have Bank Connect, I could do it all together. No, it's the other way around. Now that you have Bank Connect, try to do them once a week at least. Try to connect to the bank and add in your transactions respectively into the accounts, so that way you'll have more hold of it. Now, what are the benefits? I've already spoken about how you can initiate and what are the things to remember, but what are the benefits of Bank Connect? Definitely saves you a lot of time. You don't have to literally sit and import your transactions manually by downloading a CSV statement on your bank and then coming back into uLaw, uploading it. It is an additional step. I mean, I won't say that is difficult either, or too different from this. It is just that you are probably going through 2 additional steps of logging into your bank online, downloading a CSV, and uploading that same CSV into uLaw and selecting the bank and etc. So there is technically 2 or 3 step process involved in here, but otherwise it's pretty straightforward. You're going to be liking this a lot. You're authenticating uLaw to connect with the bank. You're able to easily import transactions. You're able to give, you can decide whether you're giving permission to your bookkeepers or accountants or not, assistants, right? So if you do not want them to see their financial data and stuff, you can always control the permission for their accounts, and the data will not be available. But at the same time, let's say you do want them to have the bank connect, because they can download the transactions or the bank statements directly from uLaw. This is one of the important features that will enable them to download data without even having to trouble you, right? So these are some simple benefits of using Bank Connect with uLaw. I highly recommend you to try it immediately. If the ones who are attending today do not have their bank connected, please finish this call, go back and try it. You need help, you can always reach out to us on support@uLawPractice.com, or simply click on help, click on email uLaw support, tell us that, hey, I was trying to connect to my bank and I'm stuck here, can I get some help? And just give us a few hours and we'll have my team contact you between 9 to 5 on weekdays. All right. So moving on to the next one, which is part of AI tool that we are discussing today. It is speech to text, or speak to your software. One of the important reasons why we brought this is that one, people are always on the go. We are literally on the go. Now with COVID thing is done and things have started opening up and people are always on the go. They're between the offices, home, schools, and then client meetings, court visits. There's so much that goes on. And we really wanted to bring up something that could help them, that could enable them to save time, at the same time be a little, productive over few things, such as especially documenting, docketing, and a few of other stuffs in the same line. So one of them is docketing. Now, when you're docketing, uLaw has a new feature. If you click on the description box, you would see a red button flashing there saying record. Now, I don't know again how many of you have been using it, but I will showcase it to you in the next 10 to 15 minutes, show you how it's done. And you would technically see that you only have to click on the record button and enable microphone for your laptop or your system that you're using. And once you enable it, you will be able to record whatever you want to speak for the docket, whatever rather you want to record for the docket. You speak into that mic, and then it converts the speech, or it converts what you have spoken into the text. There is no need for you to type. Literally on the go, you can just talk into the mic, then click on speech to text button, and everything is saved now, including your time, right? So this is what is called, using AI tool to docket. Now, a very helpful one. It's not only that, adding to it, we also have something called AI tools, which will allow you to summarize things. maybe correct grammars or, spell errors. There's so much that you can use from the button beside the record that says AI tools. And it brings in a little bit of innovation along with, the speech to text, saving you a lot of time. It's so instant. It's so instant. It's so individual. You can practice it anywhere at any time, and you'll technically be one of the persons to not having to open your system, be on your phone, use uLaw app, and simply just click on the client matter respectively, record the docket using the red color button, which is record, convert as speech to text. The screenshot is an old screenshot, but I will show you a newer version of this where you will have AI tools besides speech to text that will allow you to actually correct the grammars or summarize the notes, etc. Okay, so that was speech to text. And as part of email analytics and, insights and daily digest. Now, these are some things that, you would have to subscribe to. Unless you don't subscribe to it, you don't receive these emails or regular updates. But if you ask me, should I would say, why not? Technically, you're not going to spend time doing all of these reports yourself, but at least we at the back end help you to understand where your firm stands. What is the real health of your firm? How is it doing? Just in terms of, you want to know what is your debtor collection, what is your creditor collection, is there any invoices that has been pending? Have you not raised any invoices, which is called as pending invoices, pending trust transfers? You will keep getting regular updates with fresh information to check on health of your firm, which is what uLaw Analytics Insights do. And of course, we use artificial intelligence over here as well to prepare these reports for you. That'll save you so much money that you would end up paying to an accountant or an auditor, giving you inferences, right? So this is what is called as email analytics insights. And you do have email insights, which is also going to show you a lot more in the chart format, or you want them highlighted in, a pie diagram, or it can be sometimes in bold breakup or breakdown formats. So there are different formats in which we try sending you information. Now, you can try looking into it. You can schedule the days in which you want these emails to come up, and then you can actually set them from the settings on the top. There's profile settings. You can very well click on that for permission. Subscribe for uLaw Analytics email. This is where you say yes, and then uLaw, and then of course save it. Then you'll have your data being analyzed, and you'll be able to kind of learn what's happening in your own firm, right? Many of the times we tend to miss that part because we're so busy running behind servicing our clients, reporting to Law Society, maybe a CRA, auditors, accountants, compliances, etc., etc., etc. But somehow we try to take a little time out of your routine to get you to see this email, and at least, even if you're not immediately acting, it's stayed behind your mind, so you can always revisit it and take a call. Right, so that is email insights. In very similar lines, you have daily digest. Daily digest is also an email that is being sent to you. However, this gives you the daily schedule. It gives you what is there on your calendar. whether you have like a, maybe like a upcoming meeting, an upcoming event. So you want to have a daily digest email from us every morning between Monday to Wednesday, or Monday to Thursday or Friday. You can specify every day. You can choose the days, and you can specify the days on which you need daily digest, and then it will look very similar to the screenshots available here, where you can see what is the event for today, and then how does your calendar look like, and what is the time where you have planned events for. You have one today at 11:30 a.m. and then one at 2 p.m. So it'll again tell you exactly one event from 8 to 12, another event from 12 to 5. So it breaks up your schedule and provides it to you, and that way it's easier. And adding to it, you have invoice delete, which is what I was speaking at the beginning, talking about how an invoice delete feature can be really used without misusing it, of course. I mean, end of the day, it's your invoice. You know what is right, what is wrong in your invoice, so you can take a call with whether to delete it or not. So these invoices are basically the final invoices that was raised. Maybe you raised it in a rush, or you raised it and you realized you need to add a docket, or you need to discount, or you need to reduce. There are other ways in which you could do it by simply giving discount, or by reversing the invoice and redoing. But delete invoice will just make it like a clean slate, so you can go back and add dockets or add discount and redo the invoice. So since these legal invoices handle trust funds, you need to be very careful while deleting it, making sure that, first of all, uLaw does not allow you to delete if you have transferred any money from trustee general, which is why we say before transferring money from trustee general, you can make changes, you can make sure there are no qualms, but once you have transferred, it's going to be pretty hard for you to delete invoice. That's when you reach out to support, or that if you can become an admin or recon admin, remove the transaction that you have moved from trustee general, then you undo the invoice, then you redo it, then you transfer back that money from trustee general. So these are some steps that would need to be done in case you need to delete an invoice that has already been transferred from trustee general. Also, this will allow you to, understand whether the invoice has been fully paid or not. And, basically you can get your invoice ready appropriately. And it'll also enable you to ensure whether all the Law Society requirements has been met and all CRA guidelines has been followed. That way, you're sure that you're going to delete an invoice, right? So before you go ahead, let's say you need to delete an invoice from the previous quarter, which is not the current quarter, but the previous quarter. You need to be on recon admin to do that. Not just being an admin is enough, but recon admin. Otherwise, the steps are all same. You delete the wrong entry and you add the right entry and you submit it to the government. Or you are going to be able to submit it to the compliances. So basically, these are part of, it's just for you to know. You need to always you need to be able to take like a screenshot, or you should be able to take like a copy of your invoice. So let's say you have an old copy of an invoice. You also have a new copy now. I would highly recommend you to store both, just so that, let's say you're being audited or you're being questioned about why is there an invoice number difference. You can always let the auditors know that, hey, yes, I had done an invoice earlier and then there was an issue with that invoice. I had missed a docket, or I had some number error there. So I needed to delete that invoice and then I needed to raise a new invoice. So here's the old invoice, here's the new invoice. So always try to keep audit trail. So whether you're being audited or you need to submit it to the compliance department, for whatever reason, you have all the information handy. So those are few things that I wanted to discuss on the presentation here. So for the ones who are not uLaw users and who are in the meeting today, webinar today, I request you all to sign up for the free 30-day trial. And if you have any questions, you can always ping us on chat, live chat, or you can send us an email on support@uLawPractice.com or info@uLawPractice.com to gather more information. And there'll be more links shared with all of you for referring your friend, for registration of trial, for following us on different platforms, social media platforms. So please do, pay attention to the chat window and do your best to pass it on to the friends, and maybe you can refer a friend too. Right. So let me quickly jump into uLaw to show you all. Number one, the invoice delete feature. So you're going to click on, let me take a random file. Okay. Okay, I'm going to open this file. I see that this is an invoice done here. So I need to kind of undo that invoice. The invoice has been also paid for, or let's say you're going to do another invoice. You realize when you add a docket, now you can also add a description where you can speak into the mic and you can use AI tool. So I'm combining Bank Connect with speech to text and AI, using AI tools. So I just simply click on record and I'm speaking into the mic. Okay, so my microphone is turned on. Give me 1 second. Okay. So this is where you need to unblock your microphone if you're using. Okay, there's some issue here. Sorry about that. It was working before. Not too sure what happened in here. Okay. Attend court on 17th of November at 2 p.m. So I just recorded it, convert speech to text. I accept it. So you literally have to speak into the mic, otherwise you will have to make changes. And can use AI tools for notes to summary. During the client meeting, it was discussed that the client would attend court. Just try to, make a description. If it's not suitable, you can always try to use grammar correction. We will attend the court on 17th of November. Find keywords. You can say these are you going to attend the court on 17th of November at 2 p.m. Very simple. Maybe you want to do summarization deep, or just leave at notes to summary. You make that as a description and you can apply to. Another point to note here is that we also have a handwriting where you can upload your handwritten notes, and and that will get converted into description automatically. You don't have to literally sit and type what you hand wrote in the courtroom or what you hand wrote otherwise. Click on apply. And also take quote over here. I'd like to get rid of this. Let's say this is a flat rate and save it. All right. So now I was able to dock it using speech to text and AI tools. I'm going to invoice, usually however we invoice. And when I invoice, I realize that I missed to add a disbursement. So I don't want to, I don't want to really raise a new invoice separately for the disbursement because the $500 flat rate consists of $300 of legal fee and $200 of disbursement. So I don't want to mess up with it by adding a new invoice on top of it. Obviously, I need to give a breakdown and stuff. So, and I also don't want to make it all look like a revenue, but 300 is the revenue, 200 is recovery of expense. So you want to make sure that you're bifurcating them properly. So you want to go back in there. Now, if I have to delete this invoice, so this is the invoice we downloaded, all of you. So, you can see that I've added the $500 to attend the court. Now, I want to basically, so I'll show you as whatever is amount due, but I want to basically delete this invoice now, right? So I go back into uLaw, click on action, click on delete invoice, and it says admin mode to be enabled. So you go back to accounts, make sure you're an admin by clicking on enable admin, and action, delete invoice. You're going to, a couple of them are there. What I did was I added a disbursement already for the $200 plus taxes, but this should have been 300 plus taxes. Instead, I added the disbursement part also. So I'm deleting both. Okay. And when I delete them both, delete the postings, make them all release the dockets and the disbursement. So now the docket has been released. So you have the delete button on the right hand side extreme. I just need to change the amount. So I'm just going to do that here. Disbursement is good, 200 plus taxes, but why did I not leave that out? Why should I delete that also? Or rather, why did I delete that as well? I didn't want to confuse my client by giving two separate invoices for disbursements and legal fee, but that is not wrong either. uLaw is again contiguous billing, so you can do as per your wish, and it's as long as you're able to explain to your client what exactly happened, what was the scenario. All right, so now I was able to delete the invoice. I've changed the docket to 300. I'm going to raise the new invoice. I'm pretty confident this time, so I'm just doing dockets and disbursements both. Eco-friendly version. Okay. So this time you see it's $300. The last invoice I raised, you'll see 500 on the legal fee. So over here, 500. And the next one I've raised, this is invoice number 11541. This should be invoice number 1542. So just for your verification, 1542, 1541. Okay. And over here it's 500. Docket, attend court. I changed it to attend court 300 because 200 plus taxes goes towards my disbursement. Now that's the difference between both, and you also see we were able to add in information make changes for the date, amount, item description, taxes, anything you want, right? So as we finish up with that, let's just quickly go into other AI tools that's part of Matters. So you saw one here that's available right on the description box. And we also have AI tools here under the document generation that will allow you to download, maybe a retainer letter or a non-disclosure agreement, whatever. And you can give information as to what you want, like what are the number of days of engagement, how many phone contacts are attempted, and you can add in as much of information as possible, and you put it in the Word, or you want it on the PDF, you can select it and elaborate it too if needed. Okay, so these will bring up, you can make your own retainer letter with it. So these will bring your own details, your client's information, and you can prepare your own documents using AI tools. There's so much beyond what you might think. These are common letters, documents, agreements, and other documents, etc. I'm just going to quickly pause here for a moment. I see a lot of chat messages. I just want to make sure I've addressed them all. Viewer number 10, is this a CPD hour? No, unfortunately not. But fortunately, yes, because we're getting to learn more new stuff in uLaw. Next week will be a CPD session. I think the topic for next week is uLaw expense management. Yeah, that's the topic for next week. But yes, coming back to where we were, that was one question. The other one seems like my teammate has been sharing some useful links. Thank you so much, Amelia. I request others to take a look at the interesting links that she shared. Everything in lines with today's topic. And another question, will there be client verification AI tools for the new LSO requirements starting Jan 1st, 2024? Now that's a good question. I can check with my support team, but I doubt it, because AI tools here that we have are for documents that can be generated for commonly used, not like these are not compliance documents, if you're seeing very clearly. Compliance documents are here and they're already automated. So I don't think there's any necessity for AI tools, but then I'm going to check this with my support team and get back to you. Viewer number 28, if you can drop your email ID, we'd be happy to get back to you with more information. I'll alternatively have my teammate reach out to you on individual chat if you prefer not putting the email ID over here. Thank you. Just going back into where we were going to start off with Bank Connect. So connecting your bank, how simple or easy that could be. Simply go into Accounts, Action, Administrator, Connect Bank. Let's say you're going to click on Connected with Bank. Let's say right now, I just submit one with none. So I just want to re-add that account, go back to Accounts, you're in Accounts, you're clicking on Action, you're clicking on Administrator, Connect Bank, and then you click in the center of the screen. For that specific line where you can connect to the bank, you can agree and say what is your bank, and then you can add your username, password. Okay. Then once you are like I said, this is partnered with our third party Plane. And once you have your checkings account connected, okay, so you can verify the number ending 0000, that's your trust. Okay, you need to also make sure your general, or this is going to be savings, then this is going to be checkings, your general, this is going to be credit card, and then you're going to submit it. Once you do that, your 3 banks are connected, you submit it, then you simply go into import bank statement. You want to, check your general account balances, transactions. So you simply click on it and click on Connect Bank. You're not going to upload, you're not going to choose transactions, anything. So since I just got connected, it'll take me some time. Maybe I would try to do that with the already connected bank, business credit card. Click on Connect Bank, which should pull up all the transactions. There you go. Now you have some that you have already entered. Maybe you entered it manually or you entered it through Bank Connect previously. However it is, it's already been entered. So now you have an automatic payment that went out of your, your credit card. So you're going to click on, rather it came into your credit card, I think. It's an automatic payment that came into your credit card, or, my bad. We only show you expenses, withdrawals. We don't record deposits. As part of Bank Connect feature, you are only recording withdrawals. Please remember. So sometimes it could be confusing. When you see automatic payment, you're not sure whether it's a payment that came into your credit card for paying your credit card bill, or did it go out. Now you see here it's gone out. Maybe you've paid your own credit card, personal credit card, so you can probably do drawings transfer. And you could say maybe drawings, self, okay, and then it was a bank transfer, or it was paid through credit card to pay personal credit card, and you can enter the reference, the reference, and you submit it. As simple as that. So it takes you literally 30 seconds to add a transactions. The ones that you've completed, it will say completed. Ones that you've already imported is already imported. Now, when I close this and reopen the credit card statement, you will see everything will say already completed, including the 2078 that we just added, right? So you see, previously this was saying take action. Now it's done. Now, if you want to fetch the bank statements, simply going to click on bank statements and it'll give you all the transactions right from the beginning. And like I said, some banks allows you to go back for a month. Some banks allows you to go back for 2 months. It totally depends on the bank to bank, but the bare minimum is 1 month guarantee. You can go back by a month to add in all the transactions. Okay, so that is Bank Connect for all of you. And we are left with one more thing, which is Daily Digest and also the analytics. So you go into settings, go into permission. If you want to have analytics set up, you can probably come here and make yourself give permission for subscribe to uLaw Analytics. So if you click, this is by default and no. Now, if you want to subscribe to uLaw Analytics, you're going to click on yes, and we'll be able to send you all the analytics or insights that we have learned from your own books or accounts, and you'll be able to use the email to understand what is happening in the account. And that's for subscribing to uLaw Analytics. If you don't want, obviously you're going to leave it at no. The other one is if you want a daily digest. That is from calendar. So you go under calendar and you can actually see the daily digest. What do you want? Over here, the daily digest schedule that I have set up is only on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I don't want Tuesday, Thursday. Maybe those are my code days. It's a busy day, or it's vice versa. It's not a busy day. I don't need daily digest. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are my code days. I do have a lot of appointments. I'd like to know my daily digest. So then I can choose appropriate days, schedule it, and I will get a schedule every morning before I start my day so that I know what is on my plate today, right? So if you don't want these emails, of course, you can set it to none. That's how it will be primarily. Then you can change that to this one, whatever days that you prefer, having it. And of course, save it. So the daily digest and daily digest is set up from calendar, last line item, literally on the page. And the analytics insights, they are done from the permission. And you'd see there's a line that says permission or subscribe for uLaw Analytics email. So that will give you like the information. I have another question. How do we set tasks? Is it through calendar? Now, not really. You can go and do it from the matter too. You can just add new event, and then instead of duration, you will put it as to do. And let's say for this particular one, I'm going to put a to do and show it on 24th. And let's say this is going to be a client visit, and then save it, right? So this is this is not a regular docket. This is a to-do list. Then you go onto the calendar, and you can just make sure that the calendar will show you the information. Just give it a moment. I have more events that needs to be loaded. There you go. Client visit at 2:54 p.m. I've added it under the client, Albert Einstein, today at 2:54 p.m., which is literally now. And just edit it, and I can, put this as a billable time when I'm done. I can just add it as a duration, and then it turns into a proper billable time docket. As of now, under Albert Einstein, I only have it as a to-do. And now if you go to dashboard, and I always keep a widget for upcoming to-do, and it'll actually show you the client visit that I just added a couple of minutes ago, right? So you can see it from the dashboard. You can, by the way, you can add it from the matter. You can see it from the dashboard, and you can also view it under the calendar, right? I hope that's clear to you, viewer number 28. Thank you so much. All right, so I think we are almost to the fag end of the webinar. I was able to show you all, how AI tools work, even though it's a smaller part, but it carries a lot of weight. So I request each and every one of you to give your feedbacks upon trying it. I know your question about the Law Society form is going to be updated with the AI tools and etc. I will certainly get back to you on that. I hope you've left your email ID with our support staff. If not, we will need your details so that we can get back to you on the part. But technically, these are some important features that will help you to ease out your practice. At the same time, you're able to also enhance it, take it to the next level, and be more professional with using such features, may it be AI tools, may it be Bank Connect, or you're knowing about your own firm using Daily Digest or Email Insights, or using invoice delete feature. If you're stuck, you don't want to mess up further with the invoice. You want to make it clean, start it clean. Just keep going ahead with what we discussed today when it comes to delete invoice feature. Remember all the points, and furthermore, if you need help, we're always there to assist you. Help, uLaw support, email uLaw support, and we'll be happy to guide you over there. I also would like to make a small announcement taking this time, and we do have a short survey that is going to be sent to all of you, between today and Monday. It's regarding our pricing plan for 2024. We do have some upcoming changes coming up. We'd like to know, I know a lot of you here have been long-time users with us. We'd like to know your honest opinion, and there will be polling system on the survey that we're going to be sending out. We'd want to, we all know that, uLaw has been there with all of you, part of your practice for a while, trying to bring in that change, and, we're doing our best to enhance and uplift the overall practice management software perspective. But we at the same time also provide one-on-one services, try to, give you the personal touch as much as possible. And we are happy if you are happy. So please do give your comments on the survey. Do participate in the survey. Do not, let it go, or without raising your voice or opinions, or show us your support. So please do look out for the email from our marketing team. I hope it doesn't get directed to the junk, but try checking your junk in the next few days also, in case you haven't received this sort of a survey that I'm talking about or participated in it. And give us your opinion. That really matters a lot for us to take our final call. So it's pretty much it for today. I would like to open the floor for any questions. I know this is a topic that is slightly on a lighter note, but like I said, next week is a CPD webinar, so it's going to be a little intense, especially with expense management, and which also includes disbursements, office expenses, and other expenses. So any questions, any of you, regarding today's webinar, I'd be happy to take it up. Please do let us know. I'll be stopping the recording as of now so that we can keep it short for the viewers later. For the ones who are joining late, for the ones who are not able to attend a week, do not worry. Try and attend CPDs. Try and attend our regular webinars too. But in case for some reason you're stuck somewhere, you're not able to attend, don't panic. This is not just, of course, it's a live webinar, but it's not that you're not going to get the content anywhere. But we do have it uploaded on our YouTube channel. On our YouTube channel, there's a playlist that has specifically been created for the webinars. So if you go down, you would see uLaw webinar playlist. So the last one that we did, which was on 27th, I think the last one that's updated here is on 27th of October. Our November webinars are yet to be posted, I think, but all the webinars get posted every other week. So we do have maybe as early as Monday. So we do have the webinar recordings here just in case you miss out on the live webinars. Okay, so please do come into the YouTube platform and refer us here and follow us here. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook. uLawPractice is so easy to find out. Like I said, it's more for the information that we're asking you to follow than for any sort of communication. We can always reach out to each other on emails, phone calls, but it's technically not possible for us to, kind of call each and every one of you and say, hey, we have a new feature and, please try it out, which is why we send a mass communication email. But sometimes that also lands up in your junk. So one way that we can make it really reachable for you is through the social media, like I already mentioned. So do follow us on the social media platforms, on our YouTube channels for all recent webinars, recent postings, recent tools or features, etc. All right. Perfect. So then I thank each and every one of you for joining me this afternoon. I know 2 to 3 p.m. is really a very difficult time to keep ourselves up on a Friday afternoon, especially. So, but thank you everyone for joining in and showing your support every other week. And don't miss out to copy on these useful links that Amulya has posted here. It'll be really nice if you all make a note of these links, go through these blogs, and then we also have some interesting offers there. So please do check it out. Thank you so much and have a wonderful weekend, every one of you.